Assalamualaikum and welcome to my channel. My name is Arina. So today I want to do a comparison between two foundations from the same brand, which is from Catrice. HD Liquid Radiance Long Wear Foundation, Smooth Glow Buildable Coverage, and the other one is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, lasts up to 24-hour mattifying second skin effect. So this is what the two foundation looks like side by side, and I have both in the shade 030, but in the HD Liquid Radiance Foundation, 030 is natural beige, whereas in the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, 030 is sand beige. So from the bottle, it's a bit different. The HD Liquid Radiance, this one, the HD Liquid Radiance is slightly a bit more darker, and whereas the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation is a bit lighter and on the yellow side. Before I start, I want to show you guys my skin condition right now. It has a lot of hyperpigmentation. My acne has gone down a bit. I only have one active acne and the others are just hyperpigmentation, and it is very interesting to compare these two, how the coverage will be and how it will go on top of my acne, on top of my blemishes. So I will explain along the way when I apply this foundation on my skin. The brushes, I'm going to use two of a similar brush. This one is from Morphe, the Morphe Y6 brush, and this one is from Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. But I think I want to just use this one. These two are the most similar to each other. And let's get started. So most of the products today are actually from Catrice because I think they layer on top of each other well because they are from the same brand. So for the primer today, I am using the Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer, good by pores, long lasting soft focus effect. Actually, I like this primer because it kind of blurs the pores on my skin, but it doesn't make the makeup last longer on the skin or whatever. It just blurs a bit. Just using my finger to apply this all over the skin. I'm going to let the primer sit on top of the skin for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we'll move on to foundation application. So on my right side, I'm going to use the HD Liquid Radiance Foundation together with the Morphe Y6 brush. On my left side, I am going to use the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation together with the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. So this HD Liquid Radiance Foundation is very liquidy, and they both have the similar dropper applicator, so you have to be careful when applying this. I'm going to start with 2 drops. So for this foundation, I prefer to apply it with a flat kabuki brush or any foundation brush because I feel like if I use sponges, it will absorb most of the product. So this is one layer of foundation, the HD Liquid Radiance Foundation. I haven't added any more drops and I haven't applied on my forehead as well. I just want to show you guys upon first application how it will look on the skin. So it has a very radiant effect, and you have to set it because it is not a self-setting foundation, because as the name suggests, it is radiant. As from the first application, it covers quite well. It covers my hyperpigmentation quite well, but I think I want to add another 2 drops on the skin as well as on the forehead, and I will show you guys how it looks. So this is the foundation looks on my skin after about 2 layers. I can still see the blemishes, but I don't really mind that. The colors is quite spot on with my skin color, and I haven't applied concealer or anything, so this is what it looks like for now. You can compare it with my left side, and I will do the left side with the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I'm also going to apply 2 drops on this side and decide whether I want to add on more coverage or not, because I think this one is more full coverage than the Liquid HD Radiance, and it's more thick. It is not as liquidy as the Liquid Radiance. Oh my god. Okay, I thought I used the Morphe brush. So again, this color is a bit light from the HD Liquid Radiance, but I think this foundation, from what I remember, it will oxidize one shade darker. So as you can see, it's already covered my dark blemish that I have over here. Yeah, it covers most of my hyperpigmentation that I have, and the texture is quite thick compared to the HD Liquid Radiance, and it blends easily, similar to the HD Liquid Radiance, just that the HD Liquid Radiance have a lot more radiance on it, on the finish, and the HD coverage foundation doesn't have. Yeah, it has a tiny bit of radiance, but it is more on the matte side. So I think I'm just going to add one drop on this side here, and also I'm going to do my forehead. Okay, I'm just going to move on with concealer. For concealer today, I'm using the 1 drop coverage with this concealer in the shade 020 Nude Beige, also from Catrice. Gonna do the same amount with both sides on the usual area where I apply my concealer. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like with the concealer. I think I'm going to speed up the other process, like the bronzer, blush, and also eyeshadow, and I will give you my thoughts and also opinion on the two foundations. Okay guys, this is the final look. On this side is the HD Liquid Radiance Foundation, and on this side is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. Now I will give you my thoughts on this foundation. First, the HD Liquid Radiance Foundation. As you can see from the packaging, it's very messy because it's very liquidy. So when you pull the cap up and you want to take the product out, the leftover or the extra product will get on the cap, and it will peel like this. It's very messy. Yeah, that's the downside, but I think for dry skin people, you all will love this because it gives the radiance effect like what you see on the beginning of the clip. Upon application, it will give the radiance, and you have to set it because it is not a self-setting foundation. If you don't set it, it will definitely transfer to your hijab or to wherever your face in contact with. Other than that, it gives a nice coverage. I would say it is a light medium coverage, and it is not a full coverage foundation, and it is easy to blend, but it is very liquidy, so you have to work section by section because it will fall down from the face. I wish that they will change the packaging to a pump because that is easier to use. And the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, I love this foundation. I prefer the HD Liquid Foundation because it is easy to use. It is not as liquidy as Liquid Radiance, obviously, and it is easy to blend, and it is full coverage. It is more on the full coverage. You can build it up. I prefer to use both of this foundation with a brush, and this one you don't necessarily have to set it with foundation because I feel like it gives a matte coverage even if you don't set it with a powder. And for dry skin people, or if you have dry patches, I think you need to prime your skin with the hydrating foundation before going in with this foundation, because it is very matte. Maybe 1 to 2 drops to do half of your face, because this is a full coverage foundation. It is more on the thick consistency compared to the HD Liquid Radiance. I don't have any problem with the dropper bottle because this is a thick foundation, so drop easily. With this foundation, you have to work section by section as well, because I feel like it dries fast. And shade wise, I think they can maybe add more shades, because in Malaysia we only have few shades. I think like they have 6 shades in Malaysia. This eye look right here I filmed for my IGTV, so if you're interested you can go to my Instagram to look at it. And I think that's all for my review. I will use them more in future, and thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you guys in my next video. Bye. Assalamualaikum.